Good morning, I'm Julio Sainz along with Mauricio Viveros. Today we'll meet a young man who has helped start a brand new mentoring program called Retos and learn about the impact it's having.
We hope you will be inspired.
Celebrating leaders in Rochester's unique and vibrant business community. We'll meet entrepreneurs whose passion and perseverance have helped push through life's challenges. Join us as we share their stories and journeys to success. It's time to be inspired.
Santiago, thank you very much in Be Inspired, a show that we developed to inspire our community, interview interesting people like you who are doing great things in Rochester, but all in the world. And in this case, we are interviewing somebody who actually is just temporary in Rochester, but is actually from Bolivia, my original country. And you are part of a great group, which is called Retos. But let's start asking you, Santiago, who is Santiago Valverde?
Well, I'm just a guy that is studying right now. I'm a student the university right now. I'm studying to be an electronic engineer, and I'm 20 years old. So yeah, that's basically me. Right now, I'm part of the program of Retos that is like a mentorship program that the program has like 1 year, like that we are start the program. And actually, it's a really good program because at first, the main idea of the program is help the youth, well, help with people in general, because the base of the is like change the world, try to change the minds of the people, because when we were talking about, or when we talk about different topics and different ways of thinking, the people is having right now a lot of problems in their lives, and some of them, or most of the problems that they have, are like mental problems, or they having problems with relationships with people. And I think that the way that the people trying to fix the problems are not the good way. So that's the way of we start with this program Retos, is try to help people with in the best way, because some people right now, they're doing, mostly the youth. I met a lot of guys, or a lot of youth people, even me. One time I was like kind of lost in my life, trying to some bad decisions. I didn't understand a lot of things. So basically, this program is trying to help that kind of people, because everyone at one time in our lives, we are wrong, or we don't know what to do. And doesn't matter if you have 20 years old, 25, 30, 45, doesn't matter, because the main idea of Retos is to establish a family and a group that we can help each other. So, and we can understand your problems and search the best mentor for you. And as I said before, we have a lot of type of ages, different average of ages. So it doesn't matter if you have 40, 45, 30, we can, like, when you talk with someone older, you get experience from the other person. And when you talk with someone younger, you can give good advices to that person. So the good part of Retos is that we are trying to get involved with their lives, to understand their problems. And yeah, in my case, it was a voice for me, because as I said before, at that time, I wasn't like a bad guy, but it was like I had so bad thinking, so I wasn't like so good. So in that way, I had the proposal of my uncle Mauricio, that he told me, I can be your mentorship because I think that you need help. And of course, I say, okay, let's do this. And that's the way that we start doing this. And then we say, okay. And he told me before that the mentorship is different, because sometimes we think about, oh, my mom and my dad, and like they are going to help me. But of course, your parents are going to help you. But the way of mentorship is working is different, because they give you different tools. tools that you can put in practice in your life, like methods and different things that you can have. And as I say, put in practice, because sometimes we just receive a good advice, but it's difficult to put in practice.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Santiago. And I think the important part is that needs to be two-way street, right? So you have a mentor and you have a mentee, and they become friends and they develop a relationship that is for years to come. And in that experience, now you are looking for developing your strategy of how you will grow as a professional, how you will grow in your studies, but also in the future. What is the strategic movements that you need to do to be able to achieve the goals that you have in your professional, in your personal growth, in every aspect of your life? So tell us a little bit, what's the experience now? You have come to United States. You are originally from Bolivia. That experience to come to a different nation, see different things. Now you are spending some longer time here in Rochester. So tell us a little bit how you see Rochester. What's your perspective of United States from somebody who is coming from Bolivia? I always love to, when we have international guests, we love to hear a little bit, what's your perception about United States and specifically Rochester and this region?
Well, to be sincere, it's a really beautiful place. The first thing that you see here is the nature, and you are like, wow, this is wonderful. Because I'm from Bolivia. I'm from La Paz, city of La Paz, so it's a very crowded city. So everything is buildings and houses. So when you see the nature and you can stay around with the nature, and you have the beautiful landscape, that gives you peace. And another thing that I love from here is that you have a lot of cultures. So like you have people for different parts of the world. So it's like you learn a lot of things, and you meet a lot of people. And of course, the food is really good too. In general, the culture is very interesting because it's a multicultural country too, because you have different cultures. And yeah, and something that I like from here is like when you're walking or in the neighborhood, the people is like saying hi. They're very used to start talking or just say hi, and you are like hi. And for example, in my country, it's not like that because well, of course, when someone is closer to you, but it's not normal. So the first is like, what's going on here? But then is that you get used to, and you're like, oh hi, and then you want to say hi to everyone you see, because it's like, and sometimes I saw that someone is telling to someone, oh, I love your outfit, and the people is very friendly because they have the security that nothing bad is going to pass or happen. Sorry. So that's the thing that I love from here. Another thing that I love from here is that you can do a lot of things in terms of your environment, like help the people. Doesn't matter how or why. You just can go to someone's house and say, okay, I want to give you this, or I want to pray for you, or everything that you want. But you can help people without feeling strange, without feeling in a danger zone. So it's like you are feeling free, like really, like you can do whatever you want just to help people. And then with that environment, you understand that we can do something more here and in the world. But the most important thing is, what kind of tools can I use to impact the world, or impact my environment, or impact my life and others' life?
Great. No, and actually that leads right into the question I had, which is why, well, do you think people, young people your age are open to mentorship? And if so, why or why not?
It depends. Some people, they are like more flexible, and some of them no. But that's the point. What can we do to reach them? And sometimes it's difficult. But now it's like me as a young guy, like a teenager. Well, I'm not a teenager, but I'm old. I have 20 years old. So I invite everyone. It doesn't matter if you are 40, it doesn't matter your age. But if you are feeling bad, or if you are feeling that you can do more in your life, or that you can help others, come with us, because we are a family. We are a group that is interesting to impact the world and change the world in a better way. Just help and give love, because life is that. And sometimes we get focused just in work, or things that, I'm not saying that it's not important. Of course, it's important, but we are forgetting the main idea of life, that is love each other, love our family, love our friends, love everything that we do. Because sometimes we are like, okay, I have to do this. Oh, I have like a zombies, living like a zombies. And I saw that in a lot of youth people, that they are like that. They are just, okay, I have to do this. Or I was like that, to be sincere. Sometimes it was like, okay. But now when you have someone that is giving you good advices with the experience that they had in their life before, it's like, okay, I can be better than you, or you are giving me good advices, so I can put this in practice to grow like a person, to grow like in my professional way too, or in my studies, in everything that I do. And that open your minds in a different ways. And I invite everyone that change everything, because if you don't change, you are not going to understand what's going on in your life. And when you understand what's going on, it's like, okay, I have to change this, or I have to put in order this. And sometimes you are not going to be like, oh, I see this, or no. Sometimes it's like you need someone to tell what's going on, or someone's receive a good advice. Because when you receive an advice from someone, you understand, oh, maybe you are right, or oh, I disagree with you, but then the other person is going to talk with you. And other part, sorry, because I'm moving a lot in different ways, but that's another bad thing. For example, in the COVID, most of the people, we were in our house. Well, in Bolivia, we were in our houses. We didn't talk. We didn't hang out. We didn't nothing. We were just in our houses. So most of the people, they get used to stay at home, or just staying in a screen all day, and then lose the social life. They don't talk with someone. They're like just playing video games, and they're like there, and they're forgetting that life in the real world, you need to talk. You have to have a good relationship with people, because everything is relationship.
Thanks so much, Santiago. We'll be back with more after these messages.
You talking like that, Santiago, because I think the challenge of your generation with all this technology, and I think COVID has pushed very hard to create an in-person type of relationship, right? Right now we are interviewing in Zoom. There are a lot of limitations right now, social distancing, the utilization of masks. All those things are putting barriers, right? And I think your generation will need to overcome a lot of the challenges of how to build that connection, that relationship. And I think one of the principles in Retos, what I understand, is that you create those skills of how to communicate, how to do presentations. You guys have a forum where you come together every other Saturday. So tell us a little bit about the forum and the discussions that go on the forum, because I think one of the components of the Retos is to develop the skills of the next generation, be able to communicate their ideas, create teamwork, and transform the status quo to create change and improvement. So tell us a little bit about this forum that you guys have, a forum where people from different countries come together and talk about ideas and challenges that the youth, that your generation is experiencing, and how can you be an entrepreneur, or how can you be, in the future, a business owner, or how can you be a professional in whatever area. Tell us a little bit the forum.
In the forum, we talk about different topics. So basically, we put a topic. And when we put the topic, we talk about it, and everyone has different opinion. And then we have like a short presentation about the topic. After that, we have like we talk about the topic, like we have discussions about the topic. We try to understand each other. We put like how can I say? It's like, okay, we talk about the topic, but then after that, it's like we have a conclusion. But it's like I'm just doing short resume. But the main idea is like, it's not just like talking about the topic or just, oh, okay, let's put this and that. No, it's like we understand the topic, we try to search solutions, we find we discuss about it, we try to understand each other, and sometimes it's like perfect because we are talking in a way that we are growing each other, not destroying or attacking someone that, oh, I don't think like you. No, we are growing like a mentorship group. Sometimes, yeah, there's people that they don't understand very well the topics, but you explain them like this is happening in the world, or this is happening, because we have people in different parts of the world. So sometimes the situation in their country is different, or they think different, and we share our different types of cultures or things like that, and we try to understand each other. Or we are, oh, this is good, and so we are trying to like establish a really good conversation with each other. Sorry. Yeah, that's basically the forum. And then another thing that I love from Retos is that we have seen the opportunity in the COVID. When a lot of people, they look COVID like the worst thing, we search or we open Retos, because Retos was thing because everyone was in their houses losing their time, or not like, okay, like a zombie. Like I was like that. I was like just in the screens like this, doing of course studying, doing that kind of things. But in terms of having a social life, I didn't do nothing. It was like that, just in my house. And we take advantage of the COVID in terms that this is like the idea, and that's the best way to explain Retos. We saw something bad like a good thing, because COVID was the worst thing. It was like terrible, this. But we saw, okay, what can we do to affront this or to battle this? So we can use this tool called Zoom, or doesn't matter, and start doing a small group. It was beginning like a small. We're still being like small, but we are growing in different parts of the world. So our dream is like help more people, because we don't want to see people suffering. We want to see people enjoying the life, trying to do their best to grow and to impact the world. And we talk about different topics, as I said before, like in the professional way, like in the personal way, like in the personal life way. And yeah, we are opening our minds and our hearts, because when we open our hearts, we are giving the truth. We are giving what we are. So of course that process takes time, but that's the point of Retos. It's not just a program that is time. The point of Retos is that we are going to help people for all their life. For doesn't matter how much time do you want to be there. Doesn't matter, because you are part of a family, and the family is always be there. So that's our.
I really appreciate, Santiago, the explanation that you give us around the program. This is a good start. I personally believe that your generation more than ever needs to have those possibilities and tools to create this capacity to talk about the future, talk about businesses, talk about opportunities. And we, as a business show, we focus in those things. We believe that the people needs to have a passion when they will start a business, and start in that young age. So it's important that we continue to collaborate and create those spaces where international people from different backgrounds, different cultures, can come together and something amazing like these retos. So thank you very much for your wonderful interview. And I'm sure that in the future, we will have you back here to tell us more about the progress and the results of what mentors and mentees are doing. This is something very important, and I'm glad that it's something global, that people from Rochester can be part, people from different countries can be part, and that's significant for the community in general. Thank you very much for your time.
Next week on Be Inspired, we'll meet Nidia Padilla Rodriguez, founder of the Borinquen Dance Theater, which is celebrating its 40th anniversary.
To watch today's episode and the complete interviews of our guests, go to rochesterfirst.com/beinspired. For more great talk with Rochester's entrepreneurs, listen to Boded 97.1 Saturdays at 9 a.m. For Mauricio Riveros, I'm Julio Saenz. We'll see you next week on Be Inspired.